crack on every corner, young girls walking the street, millions of people homeless, and babies with nothing to eat. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing but the blues. You can call it what you want to, but it ain't nothing but the blues.
Hi, I'm Dolly Vasta, and welcome back once again to For Art's Sake. My guest today has been introduced as the Urban Turban, the Ayatollah of rock and roll, but he's best known as the blues great Sonny Rhodes. Sonny, you were born in Austin, Texas, and actually you were known then as Clarence Edward Smith.
Exactly.
Whatever happened?
Let me set the record first. I was born in Smithville, Texas.
Oh, in Smithville, okay.
Which is a little small town, about 3,700 people, about 40 miles south of Austin. And I came to Austin as a preteen to finish going to school there.
I see. Did you start playing then? Whatever started your interest in music?
When I was 8 years old, back in 1948, we were sharecroppers, and we had a bad crop that year. And well, the kids didn't get any presents. So I've been the youngest of the family of six. I cried. So this old guy that we picked cotton for, he took me to his old barn that he had out there, and it was this old dusty guitar that was he had laying up on one of the shelves up there, and he gave that to me for my Christmas present, and I took it and washed it off, and that probably was how I got my start. The old guitar, it only had one string on it, and I guess I must have played it for about 6 weeks before I figured that you had to have 5 more other strings to make it work. So, since I wasn't able to get the strings right then, I had this great idea. I took the wire out of the screens that kept the flies and the mosquitoes out. Now, what I should have did, I should have spaced the wires as I was taking them out, but I took 5 wires out of there, man. I got thousands of flies and mosquitoes in the house. Got my butt whooped terrible for that. But eventually I picked enough cotton where I was able to get some strings, and I've just been playing ever since. I've always loved to do that.
Did you ever want to be anything else except a musician? What about your family?
Oh, well, my family, they're holy rollers, and I am too. That's a very much a part of religion in me. Being Southern and black, you're always raised in the church because then God was your only hope. And I think it's still that way today. But I had something else I wanted to do. I got this idea. My mom had rheumatism, and on Saturdays, when friends would come by, she had this wind-up thing called a Victrola. We had no electricity then. And when she had a guest over, I would wind up this Victrola, which is a phonograph, we call it today, and play these blues records that she had to entertain her company. And I would emulate these sounds from so many times doing this. I always look forward to every Saturday, sitting down, winding up the Victrola for my mama and her company. And they'd sit there and they'd drink beer out of the bucket, and every once in a while I'd catch them not looking, I'd slip me a dipper, you just wasted as they were, see. So I got off into it like that, and like I said, when this guy gave me this guitar, I started hanging out on the street there with the wine heads, and I threw a quarter in and watched this guy play my guitar. And what he did, I'd go back to the house and I would try to do. And I kept on doing that, and eventually Sonny Rhodes came about.
Tell me a little about this one, this guitar.
This is a Fender Bullet. This was a guitar that was sent to me by the people in Japan who had started making them over there about 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And when I got it back here, it wasn't really what I wanted, but I did like the style. It's light enough, the neck is small enough and not too wide. So I was able to get it over here. I got a friend that's a guitar maker in the United States. Matter of fact, he doesn't live too far from me. He lives in Woodbridge, New Jersey. So I took the guitar to him, and he just kind of took it apart and kind of, rebuilt it like an overhaul of the guitar. So it does a few things that most guitars don't normally do. You got this knob here that it can change even styles of guitar. If I put it here, it'll play like a Fender guitar. If I take the knob and pull it here, it'll play like a Gibson ES335 guitar. and which fumbling of your toning knobs down here, which I got one of the knobs off, it'll give you any kind of sound in between that you would like to have.
Now you put that together with Sonny Rhodes, and look what you have. But you have said, you said in an interview, and I'm going to read this simply so that I don't get it out of context, that wealth means nothing, success means everything. You have a mission to put blues where it belongs, at the top.
Yes, I feel strongly about that. I said that, and I remember that. This, to me, a rich man is lonely, and I don't ever want to be lonely. I don't think I've ever been lonely while I've been playing the blues. You know, so I put that into context. If I go out there and think about just making money all the time, then I'm not going to be nothing but the average blues man. But if I go out there and try to keep an art form alive, then I'm someone special.
All right, but what do you mean the blues at the top? What do you mean by the blues at the top?
At the top?
Yeah.
I want the blues to be as commercial as the other musics. I want the blues to be appreciated and accepted as your rap, as your country and western. All the Grammy Awards that you get, blues, maybe will get one, maybe once a year, or maybe twice a year. There is not enough push for this music. This music has seemed to gotten in the back of people's minds, and it's gotten into the back of the record shops and everything. There are only a few true blues people that are still playing the blues today. So what we try to do as a disciple of this great music, I try to do everything I possibly can to let them know that the blues is going to always be alive as long as I'm around.
You don't think the blues is on an upsurge?
Well, it is and it isn't. I think right now the blues is on a hold, but we have progress, say, a lot further today as opposed to some 10 years ago. You know, thanks to young kids. You got young white kids out there like Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jeff Beck, Jeff Healy, I mean, and Robert Cray, Kim Weston, the Thunderbirds. All these guys have done a whole lot to get the blues, you know, going again, and people looking at this music all over again.
Do you think, now you've traveled all over the country, and you've traveled all over the world.
Yes.
Do you think people in Europe see blues music differently than Americans do? Do they receive it differently?
Definitely.
That's kind of what I meant.
The blues music in Europe is revered. It's revered. It's music that is taught in high school. It's like teaching American history. Blues is a part of the cultural study in Europe. And the people such as myself who really perform this music, and people who have watched us over the years, every time we go there, there's the red carpet out for us. And they treat us so differently as opposed to the people in the United States.
But don't you think that's because ethnic music itself, European music, is a very gut music?
Exactly.
And so they relate to it better. We're so, you know, I always say that Americans really are so starchy.
Well,
and they can't really let themselves go. I mean, I think if they went to a black church service, I often laugh and tell our minister this, and really got into the music and the service itself. We're such, I don't know, you go to another church service after you've been to a black service and they're nothing.
You won't ever go back to anything
You're right.
else.
No, you're right. So this must be how Europeans view blues as to many Americans.
Exactly, because what we do is from the mind, from the heart, things that we believe in and things that have happened to us.
Now you've traveled with a band. I've got so much to talk to you about in such a short time. But you have traveled with a band, and we have a piece from one of your concerts, and I believe it was done in Asbury Park.
Yes, we played.
Which is not too far away.
Not too far away. We played the Stone Pony over there. It was I had a very good time because what we done was for a worthy cause. I think they call the Clearwater people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're people who are interested in the environment. And so am I. You know, because I think with a clear and clean environment, maybe I can live a little bit longer.
Maybe all of us. Why don't we take a listen to that?
Great.
Okay.
Kiss you every evening. You make me wanna kiss you every morning. Kiss you every evening. nothing in the world, baby, Sonny Rhodes wouldn't do for you. I gotta kiss you every morning, kiss you every evening too. I got to kiss you every morning, kiss you every evening too. You know ain't nothing in the world, baby, Sonny Rhodes wouldn't do for you. You got to be my girlfriend while I'm trying to be your boy. Lord, while I'm trying to be your boy. I'm gonna buy myself a Cadillac car so I can ride and be wherever you are. I gotta kiss you every morning, kiss you every evening too. I got to kiss you every morning, kiss you every evening too. You know ain't nothing in the world, baby, Sonny Rhodes wouldn't do for you.
Sonny, in the video that we just saw, which was really great, that concert was wild.
Thank you.
Yeah, you were using a different type of guitar, and you have it now. It's a lap guitar?
Yes, this is a Sonny Rhodes lap steel guitar.
Well.
And it's probably one of the finest guitars I've ever had. And this guitar actually is valued at about $5,000. But believe it or not, a young man gave this to me. He made it, and he gave it to me. And I think it was the rebirth of something in me to make me want to play a little bit harder and really be aggressive with the blues and try to get the music out there. This here was a weapon.
It's a weapon.
Yeah.
Let's hear a little of the weapon.
All right.
can picture all those waving palm trees and good things. But we have a piece that you did, and there was a song that you wrote called The Cigarette Blues.
Cigarette Blues, sure.
And it concerned someone that you had loved who...
died from smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
And it took me, it must have took me 2 years to really write the song. Well, actually, I wrote the song, but it took me 2 years before I could sing it in the studio without breaking up. You know, and the emotional choke-up of the song, I just had to keep on battling it until one day I said, I've got to get this song out. I've got to try and get this message across. So I was able to go into the studio and get the song out and work it real well.
But you did this for the American Cancer Society, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
We have that tape, and has it been seen yet? Has it been on the air, or are we seeing this for the first time?
This particular thing was a 6-minute video. I understand in San Francisco in September of this year that it was shown at the San Francisco Film Festival.
Aha, well, maybe we're seeing it for the first time here, so why don't we take a look?
Great.
It's the only sculpture that was ever created by Louis Bunce, a prominent West Coast artist, who smoked every cigarette in that sculpture himself and who died just last year of lung cancer. One of Bunce's last requests was that sculpture be given to the American Cancer Society and displayed so that people could see it and think about what they were doing to themselves when they smoked cigarettes.
But she got cancer from smoking cigarettes. I love the woman, but she got cancer from smoking cigarettes. But she never heard a word I said. She woke up one morning coughing. Oh, she thought she had a cold. After years of smoking cigarettes, what I learned was about the phone.
The blues have haunted me. The blues have comforted me. It makes me feel good. The blues is just like a religion. It's something that you can take out and preach to someone. Just like a preacher prepares for his Sunday sermon, I prepare for my nightly sermon that I have to go out and play for the people who come in.
May God bless her wherever she may be. Wow, wherever she may be.
That was really an inspirational piece of tape.
Thank you.
Now, on you have, or you, let's see, you have already appeared on November 5th at the W.C. Handy Awards.
Yeah, down in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, that's quite an honor. You did the opening number.
Yeah, we someone wrote the blues national anthem, and we were the one that did the opening show to start the festivities of the evening.
How'd you feel about being asked?
I thought it was an honor after all the years of playing the blues, and someone come up and asked me to do something like that for an organization and a function such as that magnitude. I felt real honored about it, and I would gladly do it again if asked.
Next year, right? Next year.
Well, hopefully next year I'll go as a nominee.
Oh, why not? Why not? That's the best way to go. All right, now in 1976, you won, or you received, the Living Legend citation for your contribution to the American music scene by President Gerald Ford.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and we were talking about that earlier, and I asked you, how did it feel? Because you said you got the award at the White House,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, well, like when I went in, for one thing, I was nervous. I had, to meet someone of that stature. I figured that's the man that runs the highest office in the land, and here you are going to be within a handshake of him. That was frightening in itself.
That's if he didn't trip while he was getting away.
Well, I was hoping if once I shook his hand, I could hold on to him with a stiff hand long enough where he wouldn't fall on me.
But he seemed like always such a charming man when you saw
Yeah,
him.
he was a very nice person. He was always full of laughs. He kind of liked to sit around with us and watch us do things. And we kind of showed him around there. He set us down and let us play a little acoustic guitar. And we got the awards. But I guess the something that hit me the hardest and made my imagination just run wild, the fact to walk inside of the White House that has housed so many great men that have run this country. And here I am, just a blues man, walking through the same portals. And this was a feeling that I didn't know whether to laugh or whether to cry or what, But I just went on in and enjoyed myself. I pretended that it was my house. And
Why not? It really is. It belongs to all of us.
yeah. Well, it took me a long time to realize that. It took me at least about 5 minutes to really shake all the dust and cobwebs out of my head to realize that this is actually happening. And I think I'm the only blues man that ever asked for seconds in the White House. Greatest food I ever had.
Was it good?
Yeah, the only thing about it, they didn't have no chitlins or ham hocks and stuff like that.
What did they serve?
They gave us some kind of roast beef. I guess it was some kind of roast beef with buttered peas and mashed potatoes, and everything just melted in your mouth. See, the beef that I eat, usually I have to beat it for a while and then fry it and cut it. But this, you could just take it and do it with a fork. It just kind of whatever you wanted to cut in it. If I was an artist, I'd have cut a star in the meat.
Were there other celebrities there that night too?
Well, what they did, each congressman from the area of the United States, like we were chosen from the Oakland, San Francisco area. And the person that represented us, see, we only done it a few people at a time, because if everybody from the United States had came, it would have really been a big hassle over at the White House.
That's
so
true.
each area of the country, you put a couple of areas together, and it would consist of maybe about 10 or 12 people, and they would come, and that era would be over. After about a couple of hours or so, then the next day, something else. I think they was doing this in twice a day.